Gallagher made some interesting points as well in his piece, and I wanted to ask you about this. He said, first, TikTok. They need to talk about TikTok becoming basically the most powerful social media company in the United States, and then also dealing with Chinese companies. The Commerce Department announced plans to remove 27 Chinese companies and other organizations from the unverified list. It's a blacklist that limits the ability to buy American technology. And now we're finding out officially that Gina Raimondo is going to be going over to China. This is a 4-day trip. She's going to Beijing. She's going to Shanghai. I mean, is this the way that the Biden administration should be addressing China? Are we looking strong to the Chinese right now, General?
Well, Cheryl, first of all, let me compliment Mike Gallagher on his op-ed in the Wall Street Journal. He's a United States Marine like I am, and one of the highest compliments you can pay a Marine as it relates to being accurate on the rifle range is that you put steel on target. And Mike Gallagher, when it comes to China and all his recommendations, has put steel on target as it relates to TikTok, as it relates to quit sending U.S. capital to companies in China that are on the blacklist, and making sure that, he would argue, I'm sure, like I would, that releasing these holds and lifting the prohibition on these 27 companies, it hasn't worked in the past. That's a failed strategy in the past. It doesn't bring China around to good behavior. And so I think you have to basically be very, very tough on these capital flows and tighten down on the flow of exporting materials that we don't want China to convert to their military power. In terms of Gina Raimondo, she actually is a pro-business member of the cabinet, one of the more effective members, and I don't worry as much about her traveling over there. China's struggling a little bit right now in their economy, so maybe she'll come back with more positive news than some of her predecessors. But frankly, again, peace through strength. You've got to fundamentally deal with China. They're our adversary. They're not our friend. Yes, we compete with them, but they're fundamentally our adversary, and we need all of our national security needs to be focused on basically deterring China, especially vis-a-vis Taiwan, in the short term, but also winning in the long term.